Hey everybody, it's Chef Keoni, and today we're going to be making the classic Filipino dish, pork guisantes, also known as pork and peas. For starters, I'm going to put a little bit of vegetable oil in the pan, get it nice and screaming hot, and then we're going to go ahead and lightly saute the red bell peppers. Now for this dish, I'm actually going to pre-saute some of the items and then recombine them. At home, a lot of recipes will just put everything together in stages and cook it, but I find that this is going to give us a little bit of better color, clarity, and the integrity of the vegetables will hold up better. So I'm looking for the oils to come out of the bell peppers. You'll see the oils start to change color a little bit, and then we'll take them out. Okay, so now that the bell peppers are out, we're gonna go ahead, add just a little bit more vegetable oil, and then we're gonna go in and we're gonna get these onions working. Now I want to sweat the onions, so that means I really want to try to minimize them getting color, but I'm trying to get the flavor and the sort of the essential oils of the onion to come out, and I'm also trying to cook it out so that the that sulfur works its way out, so we have the sweet onion flavor, but not that heavy sulfury experience that you get from raw onions. We'll let it cook down, and then I'm going to also add in the garlic. I want to just sweat that so that again those essential oils are coming out and we're starting to develop flavor. Now that those are nice and translucent, we're going to take those out, and then we're going to move on to start to brown the pork. In the video here, I'm going to be doing the pork in 2 batches because I have a small pot and I don't want to overcrowd the pot. One of the key things about browning meats or browning things in general is you really want to make sure you don't overcrowd. So I want to put a single layer in the pan so I can let it caramelize. If I put too much product in a small pot, the temperature drops too quickly and then it's not able to recover in enough time, and then you just steam the meat. So now we're gonna go in and add the second half, get that nice and browned, and when it's good and nicely colored, I'll take that first half and add it back into the pot. What I'm also wanting to do is make sure all of that fond or the brown sort of coloring in the bottom of the pan stays in the pan because that's flavor. I'm adding some patis or fish sauce. We're gonna add some shoyu to this, and that's also sort of deglazing all of that brown fond that's in the bottom of the pan. All those bits of flavor, I want to make sure that stays into the dish. A few bay leaves. Now I'm gonna add back the onions. Imagine if I had put the onions and all the meat in the pot at one time. I would not have gotten this kind of color because it would have just been too cold and it would have steamed. So now we're adding in the tomato product, and we're gonna add water. We're gonna go ahead and bring it to a full boil and then bring it down to a light simmer to let all the flavors come together. A little seasoning, salt and pepper. And then as it simmers, we want to cook it for probably 30 minutes so that it can get nicely reduced and all the flavors can come together. Now that it's been reduced and all the flavors have come together, you can see the consistency's changed. We're going to add the final garnish. We have green peas, and now I'm putting in the peppers. We'll stir it, adjust consistency, check for flavor. If it's too thin, I'll reduce it a little bit more. If it needs more flavor, I'll add a little bit more salt and pepper. If you want, you could also add a little bit more of the fish sauce, which would give it a little bit more a rounded umami. I'm putting a little salt here. I'm gonna add a little bit more pepper. Check for seasoning one more time, and I think it's good to go. So the pork and peas is done, or our pork guisantes, and it's a really rich, flavorful dish. One of those core foundational dishes in Filipino cuisine. You know, we have the pork butt in this recipe. If you really want to take it over the top, a little bit of pork belly makes it really delicious. You know, you have this really nice pepper flavor. You got the sweetness from the peas. You got that rich pork flavor and all that tomato all coming together. And I always enjoy eating a dish that is sort of braised or slowly cooked, because you really get all that flavor development. And one of the things that I like to do when I make this is I'll make it the day before, so that it really has a chance to let all of the flavors meld and work together. This is one of my favorite Filipino dishes. You can get this recipe and more at foodland.com.